My name is DL, Dharma name DN. My family went through a long and difficult journey to bring my mother back from the brink of death. My mother's name is TT, born in 1956. She currently lives at 74 61st DDT Street, DD Ward, DD Town, and District, BD Province. She has always had absolute faith in the Buddha's teachings and has been vegetarian since she was young, but she had not yet had the conditions to formally take refuge in the Three Jewels. In 2013, she suddenly suffered from excruciating back pain. My family took her to many hospitals, both large and small. First was the district hospital in N, then the provincial hospital in QN City, but they could not diagnose her condition. After that, we took her to HH Hospital, District 10, HCM City, 4 times, then to HD International Hospital, GV District, once, and then to the International Neurosurgery Hospital, LBB Street, TP District, 4 times. After an exhausting journey of medical examinations at various hospitals, my mother was finally diagnosed with collapsed lumbar vertebrae, but none of the hospitals could determine the cause of the condition. Doctors at 2 international hospitals treated her using the same method, injecting medication directly into the vertebrae to relieve pain, essentially pain relief injections, but they still could not identify the underlying disease. Meanwhile, her pain grew increasingly unbearable. For each collapsed vertebra, the doctor at HD International Hospital charged 25 million Vietnamese dongs, around 1,000 United States dollars, per injection. A year later, another vertebra collapsed, and treatment at the International Neurosurgery Hospital cost 45 million Vietnamese dongs, around 1,800 United States dollars. In total, nearly 300 million Vietnamese dongs, around 12,000 United States dollars, was spent on her treatment, but there was no improvement, and eventually the doctors discharged her. At that point, our family's finances were nearly exhausted, yet my mother suffered the collapse of 2 more vertebrae. We were deeply worried and tried every possible way to care for her. At the end of 2017, an older brother working at ND 115 Hospital, SVH Street, District 10, introduced us to a highly skilled male doctor, T, a neurosurgery specialist. My father hurriedly brought my mother to HCM City to see Dr. T. He had her undergo an MRI scan and a bone density test. Only then did we discover that the cause of the collapse of 3 lumbar vertebrae was severe osteoporosis. There was a risk that the collapsed vertebrae could compress the nerves leading to her legs, preventing blood circulation, causing numbness, and eventually leading to complete paralysis. Dr. T also said that due to her age and severe osteoporosis, he did not dare to perform surgery. First, the cost would be around 200 million Vietnamese dongs, around 8,000 United States dollars. Second, even with that expense, the chance of success was not high. With sadness, the doctor advised our family to take her home and care for her. He prescribed painkillers, medication to support osteoporosis, and calcium supplements to prolong her life. By the summer of 2018, my mother's legs gradually became numb and then completely paralyzed. She could no longer walk or take care of her personal hygiene. The pain increased, weakening and exhausting her. In despair, she prayed to heaven and the Buddhas to let her die soon so she would no longer have to endure the daily torment. The atmosphere in our family became heavy. On one hand, my mother prayed for an early death, but deep down, she still longed to live, to see her children and grandchildren and be with her family each day. I arranged my work and returned home to be with her. Seeing her grow thinner and more withered each day, I choked with tears, my heart tightening. Were hospitals, doctors, and medicine truly helpless against my mother's illness? How can I save my mother? This question kept repeating in my mind. Then I suddenly remembered that I had experienced spiritual responses 3 times when praying to Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. That's right. Only the Dharma could save my mother now. With that thought, I encouraged her to constantly chant, Namo Amitabha Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Great Compassionate Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, and to recite the Great Compassion mantra with sincere devotion and absolute faith. Because she already had deep faith in the Dharma, as soon as she heard this, she immediately began practicing as I guided her. When she first started chanting, she suddenly exclaimed with joy, "How strange!" With each recitation, the pain seems to lessen. The more I chant, the less pain I feel. I can clearly sense it. From then on, she joyfully practiced without rest. After 4 months, a true miracle happened. The back pain gradually decreased, then disappeared completely. Sensation returned to her legs, and she was able to stand and walk again. Now, she can even cook for the family and move around the house on her own. My whole family and even the neighbors were moved to tears. Everyone said it was a miracle. They didn't understand that it was due to practicing the Dharma, so they kept asking what medicine she took to recover. But deep in my heart, I am grateful for the miraculous power of the Buddha's teachings that saved my mother from imminent death. Now, every time I video call home and see my mother walking around, I smile while tears stream down my face, remembering those painful days. I love and pity her so much. I often tease her, "How can you walk so well now, Mom?" She smiles brightly and replies, "Thanks to the Buddha's blessing." Many people may still doubt this and offer various scientific explanations or arguments against it. That is up to them. It is all just theory. But perhaps they do not realize that reality itself is the ultimate answer. My mother's recovery through chanting the Buddha's name is a real event. I hope this reality helps others develop stronger faith in the transformative power of the Dharma, to dissolve karma and heal illness in a truly wondrous way.